Good morning, guys. Hope you're having a great day. A very as most of you guys know, I love trading Amazon, and it's my favorite ticker. It's my favorite stock to trade, basically, right? But obviously, for the last few weeks, when they failed 3,000 and whatnot, we didn't. I don't trade much, but we did we nail puts. I think we nailed more puts than calls on Amazon, so that was great. Today, Amazon 20 to 1 split. There are a lot of pros and cons about it. Most people think the split's good. It's gonna run up and do all these things. Yes, that's good in a good market, but in this market, given the current market circumstances, the situations going around on the world, and they're announcing a split, there's some things that you might not think or you might not understand about the market. So just with my experience, the stuff I've learned with my research and the stuff that I learned how to think on my own, right? Make a sense of information basically, right? Which is a very hard part, and which I'm developing more and more every day in the market. So I'm gonna share some things about Amazon in a few minutes. But first, let's go over SPX. SPXL, oh, look what's happening here. Death cross is coming. 50 over 200 MA on the daily is about to happen. Tech already happened. And I think Dow also maybe happened. I don't know. I have to check. But SPX, this rally, a lot of people, some of you guys did become bullish here, right? And now all of a sudden your comments are bearish today, right? There's no stand for you in the market. You guys are going, I'm not saying nothing bad. Unless you're day trading, it's good to be a bull the 1 hour, bear to bear the next hour, and then so on. That's fine, right? But overall, the macro picture is to the downside, obviously. But today we have a gap down, and one thing I want to let you guys know, I keep saying this over and over, right? This is not me saying it; it's just a data. If VIX is above 27, put this in your head. If VIX is above 27, why buy calls, right? Why are you guys buying calls with VIX above 27? Miss that overnight rally if it happens. You will get a chance maybe short it or let the market settle, and then you can later get back in the market. VIX above 27, there's always a lot of uncertainty in the market. You're basically gambling for an overnight play, right? Now, unless your account allows you to, that's a different story, right? Or you will protect and you're a disciplined trader. But with a small account, if you're a new trader, with VIX above 27, avoid buying overnight calls. That's the biggest tip I can give you. The rest is up to you, your money, your account. Now, SPX obviously 4,300, hard resistance. Yesterday we went over it. Then at 4,300, I will take my short. I gave this play in pre-market as well. But what happened here basically, if I go over it, in the last 5 minutes, now some of you guys were wondering, Ricky, why didn't you take the play? Maybe somebody did in the room. If you guys did, congrats, you guys nailed it. That was a perfect entry here. We waited all day for it to happen, and it was amazing. The only reason I did not take my 4,300 entry here at 3:30 because there was very little time left in the markets, and it was Wednesday expiry. There was a good chance that at 4,300 they might not have stopped. It could have went to 4,320 and stalled here with the last 15-20 minutes squeeze. That was a possible scenario. So I was like, you know what, I waited all day. In the last half an hour now, this is a very likely a put play. I should have taken it maybe, right? Because it reached exactly where we wanted and it came down. Those puts actually went up by 40-50% for next week and whatnot. But below 4,300, there was a good chance of squeezing. Then I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna stay out. No trades for me yesterday, which is fine. I was in some positions short, which will be up today hopefully. But that's fine. We have time on those. And but if this move 4,300 happened before 3 o'clock or around these levels right here, it would have been a much better play. Because even if it went to 4,320 after, let's say through 4,300, there would have been great chances it was going to come down, retest below 4,300 at least one more time, for us to at least break even or maybe take small profits. Or if it was going to get rejected here, then we have a great play in hand and then we manage our profits, right? So that was my reasoning not taking a play late in the day. All right, sometimes it's good. It's okay to let some plays miss if you're uncertain. But SPX today 4,300 is the 4,300 remains the biggest resistance for now, right? And above it 4,400. Now CPI they gave us the numbers in line, but we are in MSL. If you're in MSL, we have conditioned you to not believe such numbers no more. We have conditioned you for the last few months about more realistic with the market, right? I myself have become a lot more smarter. Like as the days pass by, as I teach you guys, I learn things myself. And then obviously 4250 will be resistance as well, right? The minor. And right now we're currently opening at 4240 and 4200 will act as support, all right? But for now on SPX, if we go on the daily, volatility trigger level is 43.95, so way above this level if we get there, right? Which I doubt, which will be a mega short for me if we do get there. And if I just go on the daily, we are stuck in this range for now, right? We are stuck in this range. We have this powerful low right here on SPX, right? We do have this low from these days, but we're stuck in this range right now. How long are we stuck in here between 4,100, 4,000 lows of this and 4,400? Let's see, right? They're gonna make it hard. But one thing I can tell you, the way oil went up the last 1-2 weeks and gold, market is far from putting a bottom in yet. That's something I can tell you from experience. I've learned a lot of research behind this. Can I be wrong? Of course I could be wrong, right? Fed can announce anything tomorrow, I have no idea. But the bottom, I don't think is in yet, and we do have FOMC next week and the monthly options expiration. Actually, we have quad breaking, the first quarter end, right? So keep an eye on this. That's it. This will navigate on the voice chat, but the death cross is also coming here if you guys are paying attention, right? On things. So this is gonna cross down sometime maybe into OPEX, who knows, right? That now, Amazon. If the split, so let's go to the weekly chart right here on Amazon stock split. First of all, 20-1 stock split, what exactly does that mean? For every share that you have, so for example, if this Amazon's trading at 3,000, equals 1 share. So now in June 3rd or 6th, when if you're holding equity for Amazon, basically this 3,000 you divide by 20, you will have 20 shares at 150 per share. All right. Now, basically this is to attract investors who don't have big counts or bring in more liquidity in the markets on the options, right? So Amazon options will now again, once I think trade like Apple maybe, right? Once it comes to this price and or Microsoft, right? Now basically with this stock split, the pros, if it was in a good market, if they announced before all this inflation took place, before oil and gold ripped last year, on their earnings, if the stock was announced at these levels, there was a good chance that this was gonna go roughly to 4,000. We would have banked on the run and whatnot. It would have been great. Now, starting of the year, Goldman Sachs and many other firms out there, they came out with Amazon being their top pick of the year. All right, and right then we made comments. I'm like, that makes no sense, right? The stock wasn't able to break out. Everything's going all-time highs, and now with SPY as such, the indices are extended. Why are they making this their top pick of the year? Because usually, if you go back in history, most of their top picks fail, right? They're the ones, these banks and firms, they know it. They never want you to make money. They want to make the money themselves. They usually say all those things so people buy in, and they're able to dump those shares on those people. Now, what happened to PayPal and Square and some other companies? They went down by a lot. Basically, this stock split, if they did not announce the stock split, given the way the market conditions are, Amazon was going to fall further towards 2,400, which still is going to fall, I think, which is still going to happen. That's just personally, I believe. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I love Amazon, but let's see. But I still think this 2,400 is coming. This split is not going to save them. It's not even up that much. Amazon on a split should be up at least 300, 400 points. It's only up like 100 points, right? It went to 3,050 and they sold it more than 100 points off. Now here, basically what's happening here, this announced split, all these big institutional firms that are holding Amazon with the way gold, oil is ripping, if there is a recession this year sometime, if markets take a big dump, they need to hand these shares on to somebody. Right, and a lot of people with smaller accounts, people that have a 10K account or 5K account who could not afford to hold Amazon equity, are likely going to be buying all these shares up now for the split, thinking that it's going to go up. Right? Is a run going to happen for the split? I really think it's going to. Right? I'm pretty sure we're going to have a very good month either in April, May, June, where the market just rips, and Amazon, Google will be the stocks that are going to rip a lot in those months. Right? And then we see what happens. But here, these big guys or the institutions or the big hedge funds, they're likely going to dump Amazon on people that are going to be buying these shares for the split, right? Which could be one of the retail investors, right? I hope it's not you, so we're getting this out to you. And as they're going to announce this, then Amazon is likely to fall further even down. All right. And what are they going to do then? Most of these people might stop out or hold. Then they're going to start buying it when they see the turnaround happening around these levels on Amazon in the coming months, and then they'll probably buy it back up. Now this scenario that I gave you, I could be completely wrong. Maybe Amazon rips to 3,400 and sees all-time highs. It's a possibility. If that happens, we'll play with the market. I think the market will signal us. But don't be a fool. Don't be a dumbass buying Amazon right here just because it's announced a split. All right. None of you guys love Amazon more than me. Trust me, I've got some equity in it. But I'm also waiting for the right time to buy it. My job is I might help make you miss one great run, but I'll save you from 9 that you were going to catch. All right. So in the long run, my comments may help you. right? So don't be that guy who's gonna just buy Amazon because of a split. Let these levels be held, right? Google announced a split right at the top, right? Much smarter than Amazon, I think, but even Google wasn't safe. Even Google wasn't safe. They sold it and brought it right back below, right? They still brought it back. And the markets are weak in the coming weeks, and something goes down, even Google is gonna give up gains. All right, so that was the first tell. Last year, Tesla ran into the split because the market was running. There was money pouring into the market, so Tesla ran a lot. All right, Apple ran a lot, right? And plus, Apple's numbers are actually very strong with the margins and stuff. And the market, there was money pouring into the market, but this time the money is not being poured into the market. So don't be a fool thinking Amazon's gonna go up. All right, but again, do what you think is right, right? I just share my opinions. I don't tell you what to do. But this Amazon split is zero excitement. But the good thing is, I know when to play it now. I know exactly when to hit the strike button on Amazon. You just gotta sit patience. You gotta have the Ricky level patience for this. On to LMT. LMT, Vlad, if you're listening, we've been talking about this a little bit. On the daily, now Lockheed Martin, I don't usually follow this company, right? But it's an aerospace and a defense company. And obviously with the uncertainty in the markets with Russia, Ukraine, all the news going up, it's just bull flagging here, right? This signal they gave us on March 8th, you could have easily picked up. If you really wanted to catch the rally on SPY and you wanted an overnight play, you look at the stocks that are squeezing, right? You look at those things, right? Lockheed Martin gave us a little signal here. There was some selling, a topic pattern. They know what the market might hold for some time. These all things that might be correlated. And then obviously we had a red day, and yesterday we held up a little bit, right? And now the longer we hold here or we bull flag is, can it break down? Up? Yes, but we need some strong news from Russia, Ukraine. Well, negative news, right? I hope we don't. I hope, who wants war? I don't, right? Why, right? Nobody's safe. It's just not good. But then I can see it going up. But for now, I do see some consolidation around the 450 area. Apps, Shivam, you messaged. I'll just quickly go over it. Again, Digital Turbine. If I just go over the weekly chart on this, right? Holding good. I think you'll get a touch at the 200 MA on the weekly, which is roughly a $27, $28. So I'm pretty sure you will, right, by looking at the chart, you're going to get this zone right here. Just by looking at the chart. You're going to get this lows right here of October, which happen to be still a lot more. If it continues holding this $40 level above 40, there's a good chance you might get this higher. But don't ignore these wicks right here. There's a lot of selling going on this downtrend, right? That's how you know that the rips are weak. So they're selling the rips, all right? So this stock technically needs a hold above 50 and a base above 50 for you to go long actually. Here, there's a good chance it probably sees lower. So personally, it's a void for me because right now here it says support resistance, but the move is unclear here. But if it comes down towards these levels, if I know the fundamentals of the company, I'll probably play long. Apple, this is it could be looked at the weekly bearish flag obviously, but if Apple closes anywhere below 159, 160, this will be a very bearish weekly candle, and then we're likely to come and tag the 50 MA on the weekly, right? 200 is too far, obviously common sense, but I think we tag the 50 MA in my opinion, which will be roughly 137, and then in the coming month, if the market gives up, right, if all these things, now I'm not bearish, don't get me wrong, right, I'm just neutral, I'm just showing you possibilities here, and don't get caught buying calls. And with VIX above 27, buy calls. It's a simple rule, right? And by the time Apple comes here, here's how you guys need to analyze charts, so you guys don't get FOMO. Let's say Apple comes and tests these levels somehow, whatever happens, God knows, 140, right? By the time it tests here, it has tested the 50 MA, and now maybe it comes back up towards 170, 180. It comes down, I don't know, maybe here. By then, the 200 MA will probably have risen around somewhere here, all right? Because the last 200 days, price holding, the average will also rise, and then maybe it comes and tests the 200 MA and then we see a rip on Apple. Make sense? So I hope this technical, so that's how you guys make figure out what might happen in the future. Unless Apple announces something crazy, their revenues double, triple, whatever ever happens, it goes higher. But Apple came also from $53 all the way to 182 in the last 1.5 years. So don't ignore that fact. Apple had an amazing run, and they can definitely consolidate for a long time, all right, until the averages catch up, right? Similar action to basically Amazon. So basically what I'm showing you guys on Apple is something around here where the 200 MA is far, but as the years went up, they tagged the 50, held, and then now the 200 MA is approaching. You're not gonna learn this shit nowhere in the market, not online, no one's gonna